Hey, yo, what up? It's your boy Styngray, First Kings Entertainment, chilling with your girl TampaMystic. I'm from the Shy, and this is industry's most wanted. Let's go.
Nobody do it better, Styngray. I hit the world like a sonic boom. Hitting harder than that 13 Seahawk Legion of Boom. Never worry about suckers and what they assume. Never put my back against the wall and let the nine sing a tune. Rest in peace from Prodigy to MF Doom. Hip hop was never dead, I was in a cocoon.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, Tampa Mystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast.
Most wanted.
Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. Listen, I heard we got Chicago in the building. Styngray, what's going on with your family? How you doing? Give me some love.
What's up? You know what I mean?
Man, it's always a pleasure to work with you. We've known each other for a long time, so I just wanted to give you your flowers and let you know you're dope. You're always a pleasure to talk to. It's never no craziness. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, likewise. You know what I'm saying? It's been great to know you and, you know, to see you continue to blossom and continuing to build on, you know, your dreams and vision as well. You know what I mean? So
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. You're giving me LL vibes. Do you hear that a lot?
I do.
That's about every woman likes LL. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and give us like a brief introduction of Styngray.
Well, you know, like I said, you know, I've been rocking for a long time. I mean, I think that, you know, if music is your passion, then it's something that you should stay connected to. So I've stayed connected to it. I have a company called First Kings Entertainment, and the new single is called Unbreakable. We had some stuff that, you know, has been on Billboard in the past, like Till the Casket Drop and certain other things. But Unbreakable is the new single, and we taking it all the way. Everything that, you know, we been working on, we're gonna finish.
I know that's right. Out here hustling, and you know, we've known each other for many, many years. Absolutely. And I think that's why we vibe so much, because we both have stayed consistent with what we do. And when two people have that type of like vibe, the chemistry is there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful for artists like you who just have stayed consistent, because it wasn't for you, artists like you, I wouldn't be in business. Period. So that's why I want to give you your flowers and pay homage to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Take us back to your childhood in Chicago. What was it like?
Well, I was born in Chicago. Okay. Grew up in a suburb called Oak Park.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Right next to the city, you know, and you know, I was from a single parent home. You know, mom, you know, I was on Section 8, so we was able to, you know what I mean, get done what we needed to get done. And you know, I had that time in the street, you know, coming up in Chicago, you know, as far as how it is, you know, all the different gangs and different things, you know, that we had to deal with growing up, you know what I mean, and whatnot. And so, but I had a good set of friends, and we tried to stay, you know, and stay on the straight and narrow, you know what I'm saying? Even though we were all affiliated and connected. But, you know, so I started out with the sports thing, you know what I mean? And then I got into music.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's talk about that a little bit, because I'm a big advocate for kids being involved in something. Sports is a great one, especially for young men. Yeah. What did you play?
Basketball and baseball. Okay. Started out baseball and then got into basketball, but I was pretty good at all of them. But definitely baseball, little league, and then a couple of steps up. And then I got into fell in love with basketball, and then that became, you know,
absolutely. When did you start playing baseball? Was it like elementary school?
It was like grade school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like about 9.
Oh, okay.
And then we won the championships, you know, when I was 9. Like, I had a 2-run homer to send my team to the World Series at 9.
Out there doing your thing.
Yeah, we won the World Series as a
kid. That is dope,
yeah,
man. I love that. Listen, again, I think that playing sports helps set you up structurally for things later in life. Let's just talk about that for a brief moment. You play baseball, and then you went into playing basketball.
Yeah.
Playing sports, obviously, it's a team sport, both of them.
Right.
How did playing sports help you develop into like being a team player and being punctual and things like that?
Well, you know, you learn to you learn to deal with different personalities and stuff like that, and you know, you learn how to adjust. Yes. You know, to working with people. You know what I mean? A lot of times, when people haven't had that kind of a connection, they learn late.
Yes.
You know, how to work with, you know, people and how to handle different personalities, you know what I mean? And you know, how to be, to develop confidence also. You know what I mean? You learn in those type of settings where you are,
Yes.
where your skill is, and you know what I mean, and it helps with confidence and stuff like that as well, especially if you get good, you know what I
Yes.
mean, at what you're doing. And I think especially for boys, I think it it starts to build courage in them, you know what I mean, and I think it helps with leadership as well.
Absolutely. Still kind of staying on the topic of sports, would you say that it also just really taught you just how to kind of be a man? I mean, if that makes sense, like, you're a boy growing into a man, being around coaches and stuff. Did it help you like on that aspect? And dive into that if you don't mind.
I think it, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because, being around, coaches and certain things, or, you begin to learn, leadership, and then, you get to learn, like I said, like other guys and stuff like that. You see, different personalities, and you see how the coaches and the people interact with them as well. And so I definitely would say that you definitely you experience that leadership, besides maybe if you got uncles or, or father or whatever at home.
Right.
Whatever.
Especially like you said, you came from a single parent household.
I did.
My son, I raised him by myself, so I made sure he started out playing baseball like you, and he ran track, he played football, he did mixed martial arts, he wrestled. I had him because they need that structure, especially from a man who's like a superior. Did you ever desire to continue on with basketball, like as a career at any point in time?
Yeah, I did. You know what I mean? I did. Actually, I was playing, throughout, where I was from and everywhere and stuff like that. And even in college, you know what I'm saying, we were playing in tournaments and different stuff like that. So I was pretty nice with the rock. So, I can still play, but.
You still get out there and hoop from time to time?
Oh, yeah, I can still mix it up.
Your knees are holding up good?
Yep, they're holding up. They're holding up.
Sometimes that'd be the first thing that goes, them doggone knees. Like people be saying, I got mega knees. I don't have mega knees. You know what I'm saying? For real. That is dope.
I don't get up as high as I used to, but I still.
You still be out there doing your thing?
Oh yeah, I can still get it done.
That is dope, man.
Still get it done.
So you've been doing music professionally for about 10 years now.
Right.
Which is a decade, which is a long time. I think I've probably known you from when you started.
Right.
And I want to say I commend you for sticking with it, because a decade in this business says a lot about who you are, your character, to stick with it.
Yeah.
Take us back 10 years ago. What was it like, venturing over into this music industry?
Well, I mean, I always wrote poetry, as a kid. You know what I mean? So I didn't really think about getting into music so much. I mean, I sang in a talent show maybe 8th grade.
Yeah.
Me and a good friend, a really close, one of my best friends actually. You know what I mean? But I didn't really think about it. I was really into the sports thing, and I would definitely say that, Wood Harris, is somebody that influenced me to get into, just start rapping.
Yeah. Definitely. And shout out to him too. It sounds like he was a big influence for you. Was music what brought you to Atlanta?
I wouldn't say music brought me to Atlanta.
Yeah.
It did bring me to New York for the time that I spent in New York. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my New York connects and all my fam out there. But I would just say, Atlanta was something that I feel like was like a kind of like a God thing for me, or something that I was, being led to do, that I was supposed to do, that things would begin to, happen, you know what I mean, or materialize here.
Understood.
So I would say that, yeah.
How long you been here?
Wow, it's been since 2007 now. So,
wow.
Yeah, time has really, yeah. I mean, it did.
You've seen a lot of change here.
Wow. I mean, with time is something that you learn, or that I learned over time, like that. Time is not something that you focus on.
Yeah.
Time, I created a saying, you know what I mean? And what it is that there is no time. There is only your life. There is no time. Forget about time. Time is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? There is no time. There is only your life.
Man, I love that.
So don't even, what is time? Time, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters about time is that you stay close to your passion, close to the things that you love, because the numbers are irrelevant. You know what I mean? this is only your life. Some people's life get cut short. You know, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan and some of the other ones, and you know, I mean, it's so you know, you can't worry about time. You know, work.
Absolutely right, because time doesn't dictate how long we're going to be on this earth. There's several reasons why people, like you said, to lose their life early, and it's tragic because some of them situations can be avoided. Yeah. You know, and I'm not throwing shade because, you know, everybody goes through, we don't know what people are going through personally in their life. And that's why I'm a big believer. We have to be kind to everyone because we don't know what they're going through. They could have some mental health issues. They could have strong anxiety. Yeah. Going back, like you said, time doesn't dictate that. It's oftentimes it's what we're doing within our life. Taking care of ourselves, being mindful, all that plays a part in it. Because I want to live to be 100. Absolutely, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely. Would you say being here in Atlanta has helped enhance your music career?
I would definitely say one of the things that Atlanta is a leader. Yeah. You know, when it comes to music, is the energy. You know, and the attitudes and energy in Atlanta and in the South. You know what I mean? They are definitely more, I would say, it's less attitude and less negative energy. I think they are more friendly.
Yes, I agree. You know Southern hospitality.
Yeah. That, you know, that's a real thing. You know what I mean? So you meet people that are in the industry and doing what you're doing, and you know, they may be at a certain level, but they'll have a conversation with you and they'll see what they can do, you know what I mean, if you can possibly work together, you know what I mean, and so you just have more of a collective, a cohesive energy towards working together, you know what I mean, and so that's a big thing that is good as far as being in the South.
I could not agree more because, like, when I moved here, even though I'm from Florida, Florida's like kind of a melting pot. It's the South, but it's not that Southern hospitality like you get here. In Florida, you get so many different types of people because a lot of people move down there. You know what I'm saying? I came here and it was like, because I'm a common courtesy type person. I love good morning, you know, because that could brighten someone's day. I got a lot of that when I moved here. I was like, oh, I'm going to like it here. Yeah. Definitely. And I love what I do with these independent artists because I want to be a part of their journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love working with artists that are still on the rise because when they do make it, I was a part of their journey. I got to sit down with them and talk to them and pick their brain a little bit. Right. Absolutely. Right. Definitely. Indeed. Let's dive into some of the accomplishments you've done, you know, because we got to pop your ish real quick. You know what I'm saying? I know you made it on the DRT charts. Yeah. I just had the owner of Digital Radio Tracker here with me a couple weeks ago. Wow. Shout out to Michael Matthews. You know, he and I go way, way back. Yeah. What was that like? Because not every artist will ever land on a chart, whether it's DRT, Billboard. What was that experience like for you? And what do you feel like you had to do to get there?
The first track that I was on DRT and Billboard with was Till the Casket Drop. Okay. It made number 82 on the top 150 in the nation for DRT, and it was, like I said, it was on Billboard as well. Man. And I was I know I had to be maybe one of the first artists that was dealing with him as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he reached out. You know, they reached out to me and asked me to do a video for DRT. You know, to do a live video, and I did one, and you know, he posted it for some time or whatever, but they just blew up, you know, not long after that. Yeah. But so that was cool. I mean, I think that you have to, over time, when you're trying to do something, whatever that it is, if you stay after it, then you're gonna develop strategy. You're gonna develop techniques and methods, you know what I'm saying, on how you're supposed to go about doing things. You know, when I was so many years ago or whatever, when I wasn't at that level, you just did what you thought. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so it's no way to skip that time of learning and understanding unless you have a mentor or somebody that can guide you step by step. But if you're doing it on your own, then you're going to have to learn how to go about doing things. And so, to make a long story short, the charts is what the industry pays attention to. Yes. When you reach those charts, the people that have, you know, that are in higher positions, they pay attention to the charts because that's what, rather if it's Apple or Spotify or
Facts.
whatever these charts are, you know what I mean? And so it's a good idea to, you know, get yourself to that place to where you're being recognized. You never know how close you are to the next opportunity.
Absolutely, because I hear a lot of artists talking about exactly that. They want to hit them charts because people pay attention to it. It's notoriety. It really kind of solidifies you like, man, he's been putting in work. Did you get a plaque from DRT? I'm about to get mine now. Unbreakable is at number 4. You know what I mean? So that's very cool. And so I will be getting my plaques for both of them. I know that's right. And that right there is like a major accolade. Like you put it on your wall and you look at it every day. It's almost like having a vision board. You know what I'm saying? You can see it every day and be like, man, that's motivation to go even harder so you can get another plaque and another plaque. Keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that is super dope. And let's talk about, so you said you hit the Billboard charts as well.
Yeah.
Can we just briefly touch on that for a moment? Because coming from an artist perspective, a lot of artists are unaware how that can take place. What do you feel like as an independent artist they need to be doing to reach Billboard charts?
Well, I mean, you have to do the studying and, do the work, you know what I mean, in terms of like, because if, just like DRT had to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk about the DRT charts, that's kind of like the digital Billboard.
Yes.
Like the Billboard for digital music and digital radio.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas Billboard is the motherboard, you know what I mean, and the foundation of charting for all, popular
like terrestrial
all music,
radio.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so DRT kind of stepped into that lane as kind of like the Billboard for digital music and digital radio. You know what I mean? So it was beginning, when it started getting popular, it was beginning to be recognized by Billboard, and Billboard was beginning to put it in, input that information as the digital world was starting to transition and move into that. You know what I mean? So you just have to investigate, and artists have to investigate and find these lanes and move into those things that are going to get you recognized. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean?
I know that you also landed on college radio, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you feel like landing and having your music on college radio help pivot you to those Billboard charts?
Absolutely. It's all inclusive. I mean, Unbreakable went number 2 on Rap Attack Lives. Shout out to DJ Nasty Ness, you know what I mean? And, all the DJs that were affiliated with that, you know what I mean? They are also an industry chart and whatnot that help break a lot of industry acts and so on. And it also went number 1 on the Urban Influencers track 2, chart 2, that is also an industry chart. And, like I said, it's just if you live in what you're trying to do, then eventually you'll begin to collect relationships, and you'll begin to collect, the information that you need. You know what I'm saying? Because you as an artist, you're gonna have to learn strategy.
Yes.
And that's the difference between when you used to just hand out music and hope to get signed. You didn't have to worry about that. But as the industry changed, then they're forcing you to move about this way. I say, for instance, when we first started, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't. I didn't have the knowledge, and so it was at the clubs everywhere. And so I've been all over.
Yeah,
Atlanta,
I've seen you move around.
Just like I was in New York, and I had to, because I stuck with it. I had to. I learned. And then I developed strategy.
Listen, I want to just chime in on that real quick, because one thing that I feel like is really missing in this business is artist development. And all my artists, independent artists out there, I can't stress it enough. This business is no different than any other business that you get into. You have to study it. You can't go be a doctor without studying it and going to college. It just doesn't happen that way.
Doesn't happen.
As an artist, you need to really whether you're reading a book or going on YouTube and watching videos or Googling, learn the business, because in order to make make money in this, you have to understand the business. People will take advantage of you out here.
Yep.
They're waiting on an artist who don't understand the business to take $1,000 from them, and then poof, they're gone and you never hear from them again.
Yep.
Do your homework, learn the business and study it, because this is your livelihood.
Yep.
Period,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
What would you say that Styngray's purpose is with doing music?
Well, I mean, I know that the music, is a gift. It's my gift, and like I said, I wrote poetry and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and I've won an award for poetry and before and stuff like that as well. So and then I was always just naturally musically inclined, as well. So when it comes to music, I do everything. You know what I'm saying? Writing all types, from writing R&B to whatever style. I can write it all, and rap and sing. You know what I'm saying? I really do it all. But it's all about locating your passion, whatever that it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just finding what you love and finding a way to be close to that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because that's what life is all about. I mean, people think that making it is a destination. It's not a destination. For me, it's a way of life.
Man.
My music is a way of life. You know what I'm saying? If I died tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, I live to the fullest because I lived in my truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't need for people to give me anything to love and respect myself and respect what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's my choice to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'll do it as long as I want to do it.
Yeah. Has to be on your terms.
That's right.
And it also comes with us as people taking accountability. Taking accountability, like OG Bigger Rankin says, stop pointing the finger and blaming other people and point that thumb. Take accountability, because people are quick to blame others for why stuff's not working out for them, versus taking a look in the mirror and saying, man, maybe I need to change this up or figure this out. That type of stuff is important. So y'all take accountability.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Let's talk about you can rap and you can sing. Would you be open to venturing into other genres, like maybe a little country, maybe a little rock, maybe some Afro beats? Is that open to you?
Well, I think you have to within that circumference or area.
Yeah.
When it comes to music, you have to recognize and identify your personality and who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted to be like ooh yeah. I didn't want to be like that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, even though I could have been, you know what I mean? But rapping was my personality.
Understood.
So when I saw it, it fit me. You know what I mean? And so and then just the writing, as far as like the poetry or just writing and stuff like that, it just totally fit. And so I'm totally happy, like, in that identity as Styngray, you know what I'm saying? Which also stands for Supernatural Techniques, Why None Grieve Ray.
You just really, I was going to ask you what the origin behind your name was, and you just spit it out there. I love that. It actually has a meaning behind it.
Yep. Supernatural Techniques, Why None Grieve Ray.
How did you come up with that?
I just decided to, when I was trying to come up with my name, I wanted something that had a little flavor to it and wasn't just my real name, and that had a stage or performance to it. And then when I came with Styngray, it just it stuck with me, and I liked it, and then I wanted, after a while, I thought it should mean something, and then so coming from that, the time where you were able to see the KRS-Ones and LL Cool J's, Knowledge reigns supreme. Over
I got LL here with you, his brother. I'm sorry.
The ladies love Cool James.
Nah, facts. You just gotta lick your lips. I'm sorry.
I better not do it now. They're gonna be like, he following this guy, everything.
But you're right, though, absolutely, because there's a lot of legends out here, and I feel like it's okay to study the greats and not necessarily copy them, but get some ideas from them and make them your own.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
I talked about this with my first interview. We were just talking about not trying to reinvent the wheel. Like, study what works for other people and make it your own. Apply it to what you're doing every single day, not just in music, but in life.
Yep.
Period. Yep. I know you've been doing music for a long time, but is it safe to say that you fully have found your sound?
Well, I would definitely say I have my sound, because again, coming from a certain, era, and then just understanding a certain level of hip hop, you know, it's just a way to go about doing things, and you learn that by being involved in the genre, and whatnot. Just like the importance of being able to write your own lyrics, you know what I mean, as an artist. Like, you don't have to write if you're honest about it. Like, if you think about the Dr. Dre or Eazy-E's and those people like that, we knew they didn't write, but they didn't have to.
Yeah.
But they never lied about it. It was never anything hidden. And we loved them just like anybody else.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think about even, back when Vanilla Ice, had his hit. You got a hit record, it's working. Everybody loves it. You don't have to say nothing to know, it doesn't matter where you're from.
Right. 100%.
If you said I'm from the middle of Malibu, people would have been like, okay, keep going, play that record. You know what I'm saying? So, you don't have to, and back then, that's how it was. You know what I'm saying? As long as you kept it 100, nobody bothered you. We bought the records all the same. When you try to front, when you try to say you're doing something and we find out that you got it on in front of people and lied, you know what I'm saying? Then you're going to have a different response.
That's facts.
Then people don't want to hear it. Then you know what I'm saying? People don't want to, hear nothing from you after that. So, you know what I mean? As far as like my sound, when I, getting to that point, it's just like, I let the music talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So I write, you know what I mean? When I hear the music, it tells me what I want to do and what I want to say, and, flowing and things like that, learning to flow and how your cadence is supposed to be when it comes to the track. You know what I mean? Listening to people, other styles, and, you develop your own from that.
You're speaking your truth.
Yep.
Let me ask you this: with writing poetry, is that something you still do? First of all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that.
Did you ever take one of your poems and kind of make a spin-off into a record?
No, it's a different type of writing. You know what I'm saying? Poetry is, I don't write as much of it as I used to. I used to write to the girls back in the day and
Of
stuff
course.
like that. You know what I mean? But, and then when I felt deeply or passionate about something, you know what I mean, like in life, then I would write it. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But songwriting is a bit different, you know what I mean, in terms of like how you express it. You know, it's the same gift, but it's a different delivery. You know what I mean? The pattern or expression of poetry as opposed to songwriting.
Understood.
So it's a little different.
Absolutely. Is songwriting kind of like a form of therapy for you?
I wouldn't say therapy. But definitely just a passion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you're a true songwriter, it's more important to be able to be received by the people. You know what I mean, with what you're doing. You want people to appreciate, your art. And that matters more than the money.
Absolutely, because there are some things here in life that money cannot buy. Some people believe you can buy everything. I don't believe that. Nah. Your passion cannot be bought. No. Money helps enhance it, but it cannot be bought.
Yeah. No.
Are you open to writing for other artists?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I
have you done so?
I haven't, but it's not something that I'm against.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all about, opportunity. I would just say I just never had the opportunity.
Understood.
You know what I mean? But never been shy of doing that. You know what I mean? And, so just haven't had the opportunity yet. And so I would just say, as far as what I've learned, as far as the music is concerned, because people may say, well, they look at something like it has to happen whatever that is, whatever that it is, from relationships to music to whatever that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People tend to look at things in a space or a number of time as if something has to happen. God has to do this, or something has to happen within this parameter. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm not married by 31, this is it.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know what else I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And life doesn't work like that.
It does not.
It doesn't work like that.
Listen, I'm 50 years old and I've never been married. So, and I'm not pressed on it. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
if it, it is what it is. So stop putting that pressure on yourself. That's great. Thank you so much for bringing that up.
And it will happen because you want it to happen.
Yeah.
If you want it to happen, it will happen because you want it to happen. You know what I mean? Like, you're not running from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'll come. If it was right, it would have came already.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because listen, I'm a big believer in God's going to put that right one, even if it's when I'm 70. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right.
I'm not rushing the process. I'm trusting the process.
Yep.
Speaking of perception, like, perception is everything. And one person may perceive you in one way, and this person over here may perceive you differently. Looking at your music career as a whole, do you feel like as an artist, Styngray is understood or slightly misunderstood as an artist?
I would say a little bit misunderstood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the only reason I would say that, the only reason I would say that is just that I think that again, people look at what you have done or what you haven't done, or what I'm saying, they judge you or critique you off of what they feel success is. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot. But again, like I said, real success is being content with who you are. You know what I mean, within your own space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe I'm gonna be a billionaire one day. You know what I'm saying? Soon, but you know what I mean, in the near future. But and why? Because I have a million ideas. I have 100 ideas to make $1 million.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I have 100 ideas. Okay, I have 100 ideas to make $1 million. So the billionaire is here. When I become a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? Then it's the result of what was in my head.
That's deep.
The power was in my head. You know what I'm saying? The understanding. That's the gift. That's the blessing. The blessing is in me right now. I don't need things to validate me or make me who I am, even though I believe I'm going to go on to, accomplish those things. But, that's how the people see it. So I would definitely say the people see it as like, you're not there and you don't have it. So they're not going to value those things. You know what I'm saying? But, hey,
I agree with you.
Fine.
Absolutely. And I'm a big believer in manifestation. We have to manifest stuff. And I feel like in this day and age, 2024, and with the internet and social media, we all can get to that $1 million, that $1 billion. A lot of people just make too many excuses, or they don't have the drive to do it. People like you and I, we got the drive, and it's like you said, going back, we can't put a timestamp on it.
No.
When it's our, calling to make it happen, it'll happen.
Yep.
100%, man.
Yep.
What is something that Styngray lives by, stands by in life, man? Drop something on us.
I mean, I would just say, for me, I live, dedicated to my passion. And life is all about locating what you love and finding a way to be close to it.
Yes.
Somebody had a saying some time ago, there is no try. There is only to do or not to do.
Oh gosh, I say that all the time.
There is no try, you know what I'm saying? And so I've, over time, I would say, and I'll give that respect to God, you know what I'm saying, that he taught me that I don't have to wish or try to do anything. Build it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm building it. I'm not in the same place I was before, just with knowledge alone, but also resources. I'm stronger than I was, and I'm building it. You know what I'm saying? And so, it'll, the numbers will fall where they fall.
That is facts. I correct a lot of people when they're like, well, I tried. No, you do it. It feels better when you say, man, I'm going to get out there and do it, because we have the opportunity to do that. As long as we got breath and air in our body, go do it. Don't try it, because trying never, not to say it never works out, but oftentimes it don't, because when you try something, I feel like you don't put your all into it. You just kind of dibble and dabble a little bit. But when you do it and you put your all into it, that's when things really work out and come to fruition.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, people feel like, because I used to be that way. You know what I mean? I wasn't always, how I think now. I grew and developed over time, you know what I mean? But, people look at things, they kind of make decisions off difficulty. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like for example, just even relationships. Well, I'm not meant to get married. You know what I'm saying? Because as time goes on, you go to the extreme. Well, since it took this long, you know what I'm saying? Like, it must not be meant. And that's not the way to look at things.
It's not my cards.
It's wrong. It's wrong. You can't control, you know what I'm saying? You can't control life in that capacity. Like, if you have the desire for something, you know what I mean? Then you know what I'm saying? Then you pursue it. Then you go about pursuing it. It will happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're moving towards it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? You have the power to build whatever that you want, to create whatever that you want, but you don't have the power to control when.
Man, that is facts. We have to focus on what we do have control over. I think that's why a lot of people get anxiety, because I'm not going to lie, I'm an overthinker. Like a lot of people out here overthink scenarios that may never even happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm working strongly on getting away from that, because that will cause anxiety for people, because they can't go to sleep at night because their mind is racing. So it's like we got to really focus on what we have control over right now in life, not 10 years from now, because we ain't got there yet.
And I think anxiety comes when you figure like, okay, you saying this is the year of manifestation, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? And people make you think like it's going to come faster if you work harder. And it doesn't work like that. Like working hard is a prerequisite to success.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't work hard, you don't deserve to win. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not putting in the work. So you have to put in the work, but you still don't control, you know what I'm saying, when that happens. Okay, like a farmer or something, when you plant a seed, you know what I'm saying, you can't go outside and say Thursday, 6 months from now, that seed better come out of the ground and blossom, and you sitting there waiting to come out of the ground.
It's like watching paint dry. It don't work like that.
No. You can only say around. You know what I'm saying? Like when. Only God can control the moment that it breaks through. And that's with everything, that you're doing.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of factors that come into play. For example, like having an indoor plant versus an outdoor plant with all the natural resources. That indoor plant may not grow quickly because its surrounding and everything is different. It's no different than life. Our environments can play a part in how quickly we get somewhere. If you live in some little small podunk town, there's no really opportunities. Might take you a little longer. But someone who in Atlanta might thrive faster, and it's not necessarily because they're a better person, it's they have more resources around them. The environment they're in. It's no different. So that's a great point. I appreciate that. Let's talk about your merchandise. You got your own merch.
Yeah.
Run it down for us.
Excuse me. Wow, that's I have my own company for not only the label, but I have the merchandise that's different ideas from the hoodies and tees, and really started in 2018. You know what I mean? 19 it was posted, but just the different ideas that came to me. Of course, you can get Styngray merchandise and hoodies and tees and stuff like that. But I had ideas like I really started the craze like hip hop forever, Chicago forever, New York forever. I started that. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't really out and being sold until until I presented that. You know what I mean? And so it's but you can go to fkemerchandise.com. fkemerchandise.com is where you can order all of that. And just a lot of the different ideas that I, came up with. So I, created that as well. And so I'm, building both of them.
What do you currently have right now available for people to purchase?
If you go to FKE merchandise, you can get, I created the term Shiro.
I like that.
You know what I mean? You can get that on tees and hoodies. You got, I had just different stuff, like hip hop forever, Chicago, New York forever, you know what I mean? And, you could get those, believe, and just different positive stuff that, I created that, encouraging, stuff that I felt was encouraging. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? And if they go to fkemerchandise.com, they can just order and it'll ship right to the house.
I love that because it sounds like the stuff that you came up with is relatable. And at the end of the day, when we're selling a product, we have to put ourselves in the consumer's shoes. Would I buy and wear this if somebody else was selling it, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like you kind of came up with a little bit of something for everybody, because that's something that people will actually buy and wear.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
gonna
put
make
a
sure
lot-
you get one too.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't mind purchasing it from you. You know what I'm saying? Because I love supporting businesses. So I love that you came up with that concept. Are you going to be developing more stuff beyond what you have now when it comes to the merch?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always create. I create as I go. Like one of the latest or the last teas I made. And you heard it here first. You know what I mean? It's a brick by brick.
Oh, I love that.
I just created that term. You can't get that nowhere else. So if you see it on TV, you know where it came from. You know what I mean? But brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? So and that was just something that came to me. You know what I mean? So I create as it comes to me.
It would be really. Maybe you already thought about this, but it would be dope if it was written and it looked like it was bricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the B was a bunch of bricks. How you build a house or whatever.
Yeah, now you expanding. You talking about
that
artists.
would be hard. Like get a graphic designer to design brick by brick, but each letter looks like they're brick stacked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be dope, man.
Dope.
Super dope. I love that.
You giving me ideas.
Coming soon, definitely. What does your catalog look like as far as music that's out there? Approximately how many songs would you say are on the digital platforms?
It's not as many songs as I've created over time.
Yeah.
But I would just say about 17, 18.
That's good, though.
Now in terms of like that are on, Spotify, Apple, Pandora, Tidal, Amazon. But Unbreakable and a new track called Be Mine, which was produced by Mr. Hanky. Shout out to Mr. Hanky in Atlanta.
Shout out to Mr. Hanky.
You know what I mean? Is available on the website. So you have to go to firstkingsent.com, firstkingsent.com, and you go to the music, click on music, and you can get the singles directly from the website.
Dope. Would you say that the record Unbreakable is like one of your most personal songs that you've actually put out, or do you have something that's kind of like, man, this is just super personal for me?
I wouldn't so much. I would definitely say I write from the heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anything outside of that, I kind of coined or named designer records. I call them designer records because it's just something that that it's just art.
Yeah.
But then there's certain things that are close to what you're going through or who just who you are, part of your identity. So I think that Unbreakable was just something I felt, you know what I mean? When I heard the track, I fell in love with the track. It's it's a producer named Aesthetic from I think it's from BK.
Okay.
But I fell in love with the track, and then it just came to me.
Yeah, it's very organic. Is there a visual for it yet?
Yeah, the video's out on YouTube. You know what I mean? So
your YouTube's listed under Styngray?
Listed on Styngray, and you can also go to firstkingsent.com, and it should be a link that'll guide you to it as well. Any
thoughts of a EP or album coming soon, or are you sticking with the singles?
Well, definitely. I mean, as things grow, as I expect them to. I mean, it's been a long time coming, but I believe it's coming. But as things grow, then I'll, develop towards a full brand new project.
Sure.
I had an EP out called Rhyme Immortal a long time, but it's still online. So y'all check that out and look for that. But yeah, for now, as far as the game, it's a singles game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, you don't have to so much worry about a full project, especially if you independent of you coming up, because you have to promote one track. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to locate the best track you have on your project, and then that's going to be the single that you direct your marketing behind. You can't market a whole project like you would do a single, because your project, you know what I'm saying, your single is what goes on the billboard. You know what I'm saying? Eventually makes its way. So you have to so right now, again, it's like strategy. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a whole bunch of albums and you're not promoting one single directly, then just I'll share a little jewel. You know what I mean? You have to guide and lead people towards whatever record that you are passionate about.
Yes. Because
that become, you have to decide on what record is going to be the record that you think is going to break you or move your career to the next level, and you have to focus on that level. You can have a whole bunch of projects, but if you're not putting the money, directing your money towards marketing, the singles that you believe in the most, then that's how years can go by and you go nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. Bigger always says 3 minutes could change your life, meaning one song. Average song now is maybe 2 to 3 minutes. You don't have to have a billion records out there. No. You don't have to have a billion albums out there. That one song is what could catapult your entire career.
Absolutely.
And another thing too, artists, we're in 2024, 5-minute songs, 6-minute songs, they need to be cut down because people have a short attention span. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Give them 2 to 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, they were putting out 6-8-minute records.
Yeah.
That era is done.
Yep.
Do you think that you'll ever relocate back to Chicago, or is it Atlanta where you kind of want to be at for a while?
The weather here is great, you know what I mean, and whatnot. And, I think, the one thing I like about Atlanta is it has a balance. You know what I mean? You got the industry here.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of opportunity when it comes to that. And then the weather is great, overall in terms of being, 8 months winter and 4 months summer, which, coming from Chicago and then in New York.
That's the opposite.
Yeah, I don't miss that at all. You know what I mean? So, so I don't know. You know what I mean? So far, it's okay, I think, for now I'll be, here, but I do see myself eventually having places, you know what I'm saying? So I have a place, home, and
yes,
other places, you know what I'm saying, as well. So I see that in the near future.
Do you still have family in the Chicago area?
Oh yeah.
So you go back to visit from time to time?
Oh yeah, friends and family.
That's dope.
Yeah, definitely. A huge, of course, a lot of people. And then I got in New York. Shout out to all my family in Yonkers. I got a big family in Yonkers, New York as well. So yeah.
That is dope. What can we expect between now and December 31st, 2024 from you?
Well, Unbreakable's doing well, and I got some strong records, you know what I'm saying, in the pipeline, and coming forward to just show my versatility as an artist and whatnot. And I'm in a position to, complete what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, financially, now. So, so I just got a few little things to kind of arrange and get out the way, you know what I mean, before I'm able to really, take off the way I want to take
Understood.
off. But this is, for now, I'm just taking it, step by step.
Yeah.
Again, there's no race when you ain't racing nobody.
I know that's right. You are on your own journey, and that's what kills a lot of people's dreams and ambitions, because they compare their journey to other people's, and that's a dream killer. We can't.
Nope.
What might take me 2 months might take someone 2 years, and that's okay, or vice versa.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's somebody that could make it before you and they could die before you.
No, that's facts. And it's funny because I posted something on my story yesterday, and it said something to the lines, it might take me a little longer because I'm out here, I'm not scamming people. That's a big one. A lot of people, they rise up because they are literally scamming people. And, you know, doing business honestly and being loyal, that all that makes, it does take us a little longer, but we will develop that longevity. Same thing with you with your music. You've been doing this for a long time.
Absolutely.
That speaks a lot for you, most definitely. Any other business ventures on the horizon that you share to talk about?
I mean, you know, absolutely. I mean, you know, I'm going into, you know, not only with the clothing, you know, and whatnot, but yeah, I have, you know, I'm an inventor and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I have like a lot of different things and, you know, avenues that, you know what I mean, I'm going to be going into, like, you know, restaurant, food stuff, you know what I'm saying, that I, you know, people that I'm connected with, you know, relationships over time, you know what I mean, that is going to be coming. So it's, and then just basic business, you know what I'm saying, you know, from real estate and this, that, and the third, you know what I mean, just learning, again, you know, it's once you develop the knowledge and understanding on how to do things, you know what I mean, then, you know, there's nothing to stop you from doing it. You know what I mean? You just execute it. It's just gonna take. It just takes time.
Yes.
You know, to, you know, and you can't control that. But, you know, when you put your mind to something and you see, you know, you study it and you learn how to go about it.
Yeah.
Once you learn how to go about it, it's just like this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what you created and
took me a long time to get here.
Yeah.
I worked years and years out of other people's studios before I could afford to get mine and put it together. So you are absolutely right.
Look at that.
I had someone ask me a couple days ago. He asked me what my end goal was, and I told him, I said, for me, there is no end goal. I have infinite goals. To me, the end goal means we stop somewhere. We get to our goal and then we stop. I don't never want to be like that. I have infinite goals. Like, I want to continue to do different things. And he's like, oh man, that's like a bar right there. You know what I'm saying? I think most people need to change their mindset. There isn't an end goal per se. There's infinite goals. That's how we should be thinking.
Absolutely.
100%. Before we give out your social media and stuff, is there anything that you want to drop on us? Any message, Jim?
You know, well, you know, like I said, I mean, I believe that, you know, I represent a bit of a, you know, like the underdog and, you know, in a certain way. You know, I believe that I have classic music out, you know what I mean, in terms of some of the stuff that, you know, I've created, you know what I mean? But again, everything happens in its timing. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes to pass in its timing, you know? And so I would just say that, you know, for people out there, you know what I mean, you know, you locate what you love and locate what you're passionate about, and then, you know, you take that step and you move in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Because your success is not a destination. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't look at it like that. Like when you reach a certain place, I'm successful now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're successful because of who you are, you know, because of your mind. You know what I'm saying? It was your mind and your faith, you know what I mean, that got you to that place. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, always love and respect yourself and find what your passion is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's why I'm still doing it, because I love it.
Yeah. 100%, man. Listen, I love your energy. I love the conversation we had. It got really deep. And that's the type of conversations, because somebody watching this, you're going to inspire them. You're going to motivate them, and you're going to help them to continue to push when maybe they're having a day where they're feeling like, I just want to throw this all away. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for dropping and being very transparent. I think as a music artist, it's important that you don't want to give people too much of your life, but you got to be somewhat transparent. So thank you for that. Yeah. Where can people keep up with you on your socials?
You know, y'all can, you know, check out the website, firstkingsent.com. And a lot of the links to everything is there. But as far as the social media, you can just hit me at Styngray Chosen. So that's at STYNGRAYCHOSEN. And, you know, so that should be for, you know, X, Twitter, and IG and all of that, and TikTok as well. You know what I mean? And yeah, so y'all can find me there. But I believe everything should be able to, you should be able to find most everything through the website. and let's connect. Let's make it happen. You know.
Absolutely. I know you got a lot of people that have really just supported you through your journey and love on you. Who do you want to give thanks to, or maybe give a shout out to for supporting you?
Well, you know what I mean, I would just say as a collective, you know what I mean, everybody that has, you know, shown love, you know, just like yourself, you know what I mean, and, you know, just to be able to, you know, have met you, you know, that came from being dedicated to the grind, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, and to be able to come here. So I appreciate this opportunity and to, you know, interview Industry's Most Wanted, and just everything, you know, because, you know, so everybody that supported me, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have love, you know, if I didn't get love from people in the streets and the artists and people that have seen me and say, keep going, you got something, Styngray, you know what I mean? So I would, you know, appreciate y'all and, you know, thank all of them for that, you know what I mean? And even the haters, you know what I'm saying? Because that keeps me on my toes, you know, to, you know, I got something coming for y'all too.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Yeah, got something coming for them too.
I got one last question. We're live right here. Big Industry's Most Wanted. Boom.
Yeah.
Wanted.
Yeah.
What makes Styngray the industry's most wanted?
Because I'm me. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing something that is authentic. You know what I mean? That's myself. You know, it's not manufactured. You know what I mean? No ghostwriting. You know, and you know, it's time for them to, you know, hear my art. You know what I mean? And so I look forward to that. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But, yeah.
Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
It's a great way. I've had a great day of interviews, but this was a great way to end the day, having a conversation with you. I appreciate you being here.
Likewise.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the opportunity.
100%. We're up out of here, y'all.
Flow scientific, the mirror's image is the only equivalent. Before you travel too far, you better pivot. Shot towns a minutes, we gon' stand on that business. Show in this world like